Max is a 2-year-old Beagle with a bright, energetic personality that makes him a joy to be around. He's known for being playful and affectionate, always eager to greet people with wagging tail and happy barks. Despite his endearing qualities, Max has faced a challenging situation. Over the past year, he has been adopted and returned to the shelter a total of 5 times. And on the 4th time back at the shelter, something was noticed, and it changed everything. Now, real quick, if you love animals, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss a new story from us. So each time Max was returned, the reasons given were vague and varied. One family might say he was too energetic, while another might claim he wasn't a fit for their home. Some said he had trouble adjusting to their routine, while others felt he wasn't a good match for their lifestyle. These inconsistent and sometimes contradictory explanations left the shelter staff puzzled. Max's repeated returns to shelter were especially perplexing because he seemed like a wonderful dog. His friendly demeanor and playful nature made him a favorite among staff and visitors. Yet, despite these appealing traits, finding him a permanent home proved to be a challenge. Families who adopted Max gave various reasons for returning him to the shelter. Some said he was too destructive in the home, chewing on furniture or tearing up belongings. Others complained that he barked too much, making it hard for them to live comfortably. Another common issue mentioned was that Max wasn't fully house trained, leading to accidents inside the house. There were also reports that he had trouble getting along with children, becoming too excitable or nervous around them. A few families felt Max was too needy for attention, demanding more time and interaction than they could provide. Despite these varied explanations, none of them provide a clear and consistent pattern. The reasons seemed disconnected and didn't fit together to form a complete picture of Max's behavior. Max appeared to be a perfect dog in many respects. He was loving, affectionate, and had a playful nature. He enjoyed going outside to play and was always eager to interact with people. The shelter staff saw him as a happy and energetic Beagle who got along well with everyone he met. Yet, despite these positive traits, Max kept being returned, leaving the staff puzzled. This lack of clarity left the shelter staff confused. They were unable to determine a specific cause for Max's repeated returns. Each family's experience with Max seemed different, and without a consistent explanation, it was difficult to address any underlying issues or find a solution to help Max find a forever home. Sophia, a dedicated young volunteer at the shelter, decided to take Max home for a few days. Over the week she had worked at the shelter, she had formed a strong bond with Max. His playful and affectionate nature made him a standout among the dogs, and she had enjoyed their time together, whether it was playing fetch in the shelter yard or cuddling during quiet moments. Max's energy and enthusiasm for life were contagious, and Sophia was eager to see him in a more relaxed home environment. Sophia's decision was driven by a desire to help Max. She had noticed the conflicting reasons given by his previous adopters and felt that observing him in a different setting might shed light on the issue. Despite her enthusiasm, Sophia felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. She wondered if there was something about Max's behavior that only became apparent outside the shelter. The repeated returns and vague explanations from previous families left her with more questions than answers. To prepare for Max's arrival, Sophia ensured her home was ready. She set up a cozy space for him with a comfortable bed and toys. She also planned to monitor him closely, noting how he interacted with her home environment and with her own pets. Her goal was to observe Max's behavior in a way that might reveal any underlying issues that the shelter staff or previous families had missed. As she brought Max into her home, Sophia's excitement was tempered by her apprehension. She was hopeful that this temporary change in environment would provide the answer she needed. She was eager to see if Max would show any new behaviors that might explain why he had been returned so many times. Her heart was set on helping Max find his place, and she was determined to make the most of this opportunity to understand him better. When Max first arrived at Sophia's home, he was given the freedom to explore it at his own pace. His tail wagged excitedly as he sniffed every corner of the house, investigating new smells and sounds. If he seemed genuinely curious about his surroundings, taking special interest in the various toys scattered around. Max's initial behavior was positive. He played with a squeaky toy and even attempted a few playful barks, demonstrating his natural, joyful personality. Sophia's 2 young children were eager to meet Max. They approached him with a mix of excitement and caution. However, Max's reaction was overwhelming. He jumped up repeatedly, trying to engage with the children, but his enthusiasm came off as excessive. He nipped at their hands and clothing in his attempt to play, which made the children anxious. They were startled by his energetic and unpredictable behavior, and their initial excitement turned into discomfort. Sophia quickly noticed the growing tension. The children were visibly unsettled by Max's antics, and their anxiety was growing. Despite her efforts to reassure them and manage Max's behavior, the situation became increasingly strained. Max's exuberance, which had seemed endearing at the shelter, now appeared overbearing and difficult to control in the home setting. After this challenging interaction, Max's demeanor began to change. He retreated to a quieter corner of the house and sought refuge under the furniture. His playful energy seemed to drain away, replaced by a more subdued and cautious behavior. Max hid, observing his new environment with wary eyes. The once lively and enthusiastic dog now appeared anxious and withdrawn. This shift in behavior suggested that the earlier excitement and stress of meeting the children had taken a toll on him. Sophia decided to take immediate action to help Max improve his behavior and adapt better to his new environment. She began a structured training plan focused on addressing his issues with jumping and nipping, particularly around children. Sophia started by teaching Max basic commands like sit, stay, and down, which would help him control his impulses and interact more calmly with people. She used positive reinforcement techniques, rewarding Max with treats and praise for good behavior. This approach encouraged Max to repeat the desired actions and gradually reduced his tendency to jump and nip. To ensure Max had enough time to adjust and learn, Sophia invited him to stay with her for a few weeks. During this period, Sophia implemented a consistent training routine. She introduced specific exercises to help Max manage his energy, including interactive toys and puzzle games that kept him mentally stimulated and engaged. These activities helped tire him out and reduced his inclination to become overly excitable or destructive. Sophia also practiced controlled play sessions with Max, gradually increasing their duration as he learned to behave more appropriately. The extended stay at Sophia's home allowed for a more thorough assessment of Max's behavior and progress. During these weeks, Max began responding better to Sophia's commands and exhibited fewer instances of jumping and nipping. And he seemed to understand what was expected of him and began showing signs of more controlled behavior. Sophia noticed that Max was becoming more aware of how to express his energy in a positive way, such as through fetch or tug-of-war games. Despite these improvements, the training process wasn't without its challenges. Max occasionally reverted to his old behaviors, especially when he became overly excited or when introduced to new stimuli. Sophia had to remain patient and consistent, reinforcing positive behavior and redirecting undesirable actions. She continued to fine-tune her training techniques based on Max's progress, adapting her methods to better suit his needs. In her final observations, Sophia found that Max had become noticeably more relaxed around children. His jumping and nipping had decreased significantly, and he was more attentive to commands. Max's improved behavior suggested that with continued training and the right environment, he could become a well-adjusted family pet. Sophia felt confident that Max was on the right path, and that with further training and a supportive home, he would thrive as a loving and well-behaved companion. So now they searched for a home for Max. The search for the perfect home for Max concluded when Sophia found a family that seemed ideally suited for him. This new family consisted of 2 teenagers and their parents, all of whom had experience with energetic dogs. They had previously owned a high-energy breed and understood the needs and challenges that come with such a lively companion. Their enthusiasm for dog ownership was evident from their initial meeting with Max, and they were eager to welcome him into their lives. The family lived in a spacious house with a large backyard that offered plenty of room for Max to play and explore. This environment was crucial for Max, as having space to run and engage in activities would help him expend his energy. The yard was fenced in, allowing Max the freedom to roam without the worry of wandering off or encountering dangers. This setup was perfect for a playful dog like Max, who thrived on physical activity and outdoor play. As several factors contributed to the success of this new placement for Max. First, the teenagers had prior experience handling energetic dogs. They were not only comfortable with Max's high energy, but also excited about participating in his training and exercise routines. This enthusiasm was vital, as it meant that Max would receive consistent attention and engagement, reducing the likelihood of behavioral issues arising from boredom or lack of exercise. Additionally, the spacious backyard played a significant role in helping Max adapt to his new environment. I had the freedom to run, play fetch, and engage in other physical activities that would keep him stimulated. This physical outlet was essential for reducing the destructive behavior that had led to his previous returns, as it provided a way for Max to channel his energy positively. The family also maintained a stable routine, which included regular meal times, exercise sessions, and playtime. This consistency helped Max settle into his new home more easily. A predictable schedule was beneficial for his house training and overall behavioral issues, allowing him to learn and adapt more effectively to his new life. Most importantly, the family demonstrated patience and understanding. They recognized that Max had quirks and challenges stemming from his past experiences. Their willingness to work with him on his training, especially regarding his behavior around new experiences, made a significant difference. They were committed to continuing the training that Sophia started, ensuring Max would have the guidance and support he needed to thrive. In this ideal new home, Max finally found the love, attention, and structure he needed. The combination of understanding caregivers, ample space to play, and a stable routine set the stage for Max to flourish as a beloved family member. Sophia felt confident that this new beginning would lead to a lasting bond between Max and his new family, allowing him to become the happy and well-adjusted dog he was always meant to be. Finding the right home for a pet with specific needs can be challenging, but it's also incredibly rewarding. If you've ever faced a similar situation with a pet, we'd love to hear your stories. Did you find a perfect match for a pet with unique requirements, or were there challenges you had to overcome? For more daily videos on amazing, rescue, and feel-good stories, make sure to subscribe to the Jacktra YouTube channel and follow us on social media at Jacktra. I know someone who would love this video. Make sure to share it, want to be featured. Click the first link in the description. Let me know what you thought of the story in the comments below. See you in the next one.